Dear students, we are going to tell you about the calibration of pressure gauge on today. It is a subject of IE 309. In this dead weight tester, we can calibrate the pressure gauges. As shown in the figure, as we know that here a screw handle for applying pressure. Here is the oil reservoir. Here is the dead weight, and we put a pressure gauge which is to be calibrated, is to be fixed here, and the remaining part which is shown in the dotted area, it is the oil filled in this pressure. As we know that the pressure is equals to force upon area, as the P is the pressure and F is the force and A is the area. Pressure's unit is kg per meter square or Newton per meter square, and the force is measured in terms of Newton, and area is measured in terms of meter square or centimeter square. Here this pressure, actually in this pressure gauge in dead weight tester, the area of this cylinder part is fixed, so that the force applied on this in terms of weight is directly shows the pressure, because if area is constant, then pressure is directly proportional to the force, so that this force or weight, force is equals to mass into mg. So force is also directly proportional to mass. So we can say that the force applied on this in terms of dead weight is directly represents the pressure. The process starts like this way. Initially there is a oil filled in the reservoir as shown, and here is a check valve. Now we put a handle and rotate it in one direction. Then this piston is going backward side, and the oil is coming from the check valve and filled in this whole chamber. As soon as this oil is filled, we can put a weight on this as represented in the diagram. This weight put a pressure on the piston and cylinder part. Okay, then this as soon as the oil filled and the oil pressure and the this handle is to be moved towards in inward direction, then this oil pressure is also increases continuously, and then this pressure, when this pressure, oil pressure is equals to the dead weight pressure, then this dead weight is floating on the oil. That time the oil pressure shows the actual pressure, and it is also shown in the this pressure gauge. That pressure gauge basically shows the actual pressure. If there is a difference, then it is to be calibrated, means it is to be corrected. Initially we can calibration process is actually follows like this way. We can check the pressure at zero measurement, and then 25% of the pressure range, then 50% of pressure range, and then 75% of pressure range, and then 100% of pressure range. We can increase the pressure gradually. Similarly, in the decreasing way, we can decrease the pressure from 100% to 75%, and then check the pressure, and then 50%, and then 25%, and 0%. And then in this way, this calibration of pressure gauge is to be done with the help of this dead weight tester. The dead weight is directly shows the pressure as shown in the formula. Force is directly proportional to mass, and the as the G value of G is constant, that is G is equals to 9.81 meter per second square. So this force is directly represents this mass is represents the force, and then force is again represents the pressure, and this pressure is at a constant value of the area, the pressure is represented by the force. So this pressure is directly calibrated in terms of mass. So this dead weight, hence its name is dead weight tester. Dead weight directly shows the pressure of the and this pressure is calibrated in terms of pressure gauge, and the calibration process is just similar like 0%, 25%, 50, 100 and then reverse. And in this way there is a check valve. It releases the oil when this piston moves backward. When this piston moves forward, it increases the pressure of the oil chamber. In this way, when the pressure of the oil chamber is directly represent the dead weight pressure, then this piston is floating. Hence the pressure of the oil and the weight, dead weight is equal. Then this pressure gauge is also similar to the oil pressure. In this way, this pressure gauge is calibrated with the help of dead weight tester.